Hello and welcome, my Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and Crosswatchers. Welcome to your timeless work, career, vocation reading. I am your reader, Markangelo Lyons Mal. For short, they are my initials. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 books with the 3rd one on the way. First one is called Spell Ingredients. About to come up to a big anniversary for that one. The second one is called Words of Grace. Words of Grace does have a Kindle version available, so I put a link in the description box that if you click it, you can preview it for free and see that it is primarily divided into chakra chapters. This is a chakra-dense reading. You might find it helpful. The original version of Words of Grace, which needed to be cut down severely to make it fit on Kindle, is on patreon.com/Drawing the Circle in our digital shop, as well as the only place to find my book, Spell Ingredients, at the time of this timeless recording, although my new website will have it on there, and it is being designed as we speak. Excuse me. Some of my subscribers do get not just the ebooks, but the audios and videos in the shop automatically, depending on their level of subscription. The audios and videos do have free previews that you can check out whether you're a subscriber or not. The majority of my subscribers will get 3 benefits automatically. Number 1, they get a daily check-in. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream pretty much every single morning. It's one of my favorite things to do. We do a little chat, we do a little spiritual practice. It's just lovely. They also get all the extended readings. The part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship oriented, as well as they get a significant discount when they book me for a private session, spiritual counseling, and or a reading. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want more info. And it is just the coolest thing I have ever done in my work, career, and vocation. And I've done a lot of cool stuff in my work, career, and vocation. So check it out. You can follow for free. You can 7-day free trial. Anyone can browse and shop in the shop. So click the link, check it out, and come Patreon. On Patreon with the Archangel of Lions, Markangelo Lyons. But you can just call me Mal. Because I won't take myself that seriously. That's a trap. So let's do some explanation for the new Cancerians and the Crosswatchers. Feel free to jump ahead if you like, although we've changed up the spread a little bit for, well, all of my timeless reads at this point, because I've been very busy since I moved from Holbrook, Long Island, New York, to Saratoga Springs in New York. I got a half-acre property that makes a lot of work. 3 cats, a new kitten in there, so, you know, busy. So we usually do this with many, many more cards, so I've cut it down. Let me tell you about it. We're going to start with one Caroline Myss archetype card for the 8th chakra, the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra, which will indicate the spiritual alchemy, from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, shifting you from toxicity to health, from fear to love, and from illusion to truth. The 8th chakra acts as like a satellite, sending down the codes to all the other chakras, shifting what we attract and what we repel, so we have the free will to no longer delay what we cannot prevent, what cannot be prevented in our life purpose. Now, our life purpose we are looking at through 3 archetypal lenses called the 3 levels of power: work, career, and vocation. There is a link by Caroline Myss, MYSS, the PhD. These are her archetype cards. A lovely lecture, a way of looking at larger things in our lives, in this case, life purpose, through 3 separate but yet connected lenses of power. So we'll get one of those. We will then get 3 Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the internal, internal feminine energy, crown, throat, crown, third eye, throat, and heart there. Maybe you share this stuff with the outside world, maybe you don't. That's free will for you. Throat chakra. We will get 3 of these face down, not past, present, future, but work, career, and vocation. It's like putting white light through a prism and breaking it down into the spectrum. We will then get the lower 3 chakras with the Mythic Tarot, the masculine yang dynamic, looking at yourself from the outside, maybe you from the outside, inside looking out, outside looking in, relationships in the physical world. And because it's a crosswatcher reading, mirroring happens quite a bit apparently, so we'll get 3 of those again face down, then we'll turn them over: work, career, and vocation. That'll take care of all the chakras. We will then get a whisper from the Whispers of Lord Ganesha by Angela Hartfield. Ganesh is Ganesha, she says, so I'm trying to say that more, is the Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles, including not just the obstacles in your work, career, and vocation, but the 3 atoms in between lead and gold that will be indicated in the Caroline Myss archetype cards. Is a wonderful oracle. It's one of my favorites. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra, because, you know, this is about healing. Everything's about healing, right? And work, career, vocation. If we want a fulfilling life, it's good to have an idea, some clues, some tips, some hints of how to heal ourselves as we go, because as one of us even takes one little step forward in fulfilling our life purpose, all of us move forward, because that's how quantum unity works. There is our explanation. Let's get into the divination. Both feet on the floor. If you can, focus on your breath, if you will. And I promise I will do my best to help anybody fulfill their life purpose through work, career, vocation, because I'm doing that. So, you know, it's my way of paying it forward. Shall we? Here we go. Please take a nice deep breath. My favorite part. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything, and everything in its place, but all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. My beloved pantheons of the divine, just one card. We usually do 3 for work, career, vocation, but only one card. For the 8th chakra, the dominant archetype, for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers, indicating the spiritual alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, shifting them from toxicity to health, and from fear to love for this timeless work, career, vocation read. Ooh, the magical child. I got this one. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime, or be dealing with someone who has who can have it for a reason, season, or a lifetime. Except when we're talking about the child archetype, regardless of sub-pattern, in this case the magical child, everyone has the child archetype, because everybody was a child at some point, and maybe still are, in lots of different ways. Written on the card is the shadow attribute and the light attribute, so let's get into it. The shadow attribute, or the lead, which has 3 more atoms than gold that have to be released, forgiven, transformed, alchemized, cannot be created or destroyed. The lead here, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles. I have been there. Believing that energy and action are not required for growth. And sure, growing up, right, particularly as a witch, I just thought I could point and shoot and get whatever I want, but, you know, the gods require more of us than just that. The light, or the gold, you're shooting for here is seeing the potential for sacred beauty in everything. I'm pretty good at that. The belief that everything is possible, right? It is that open-mindedness. The child archetype, regardless of sub-pattern, it's a survival family archetype, but it is about safety and innocence, because when you feel safe, you can see the world through clear eyes, new eyes, right? And if you don't feel safe, you just don't. So, very powerful to start off with, that everything is possible. So, let's get these daughters of the moon, heart, third eye, crown, face down, work, career, vocation. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses override. A place for everything. Oopsie. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, please, 3 cards face down, heart, throat, third eye, crown, internal, internal dynamic for the Cancerian collectives and their cross watchers. What's going on, heart, third eye, crown in their work? What's going on, heart, third eye, crown in their career? And what's going on, heart, third eye, crown in their vocation? For this timeless work, career, vocation read, let's get these 3 mythic tarot down for the lower 3 chakras, and then we will flip them, work, career, and then vocation. Get back here, you. Please take a nice deep breath. My gods override. A place for everything. And everything in its place, put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, please, 3 cards face down, lower 3 chakras, outside in, inside out, relationships in the physical world, Whoa, hey, no flippers. We do not have flippers, and not even the dolphins here at Drawing the Circle Productions. My gods, please, what's going on for the Cancerians and the cross watchers in their work? Lower 3 chakras. What's going on in their career, and what's going on in their vocation for this timeless work career vocation reading? Here we go. Well, you're off to a very aquatic start, I'll give you that. Now, on the inside, you got the Ten of Cups, the Ecstasy card. It's my true love card. This is Inanna's House of Heaven. Now, if you look up the myth of Inanna or Inanna, depending, I've heard it said both ways, she descends into the underworld to find her sister Ereshkigal, which is her shadow self, and as a result, is revived, is reborn, heart open. This is such a lovely card here. So there's definitely an emotional creativity in your heart, third eye crown. Heart, third eye crown intuition is called creative intuition, and as cardinal water, creative water, that your work really, you can have putting a lot of love into what you're doing here in a way that you're feeling a lot of joy and maybe even ecstasy. That's rare in work. But on the outer, you got a court card, the Scorpio card, the Queen of Cups, fixed water to your cardinal water. Now, if you have any planets in Scorpio, I do. I have Neptune in Scorpio, but it's not Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Or you might be dealing with somebody who has a Scorpio placement there. Regardless, have a look at your natal chart and see what house it's in. Like for me, Scorpio is in the 4th house because I am Leo rising. So if this were my reading, I would take a look at what's going on in this case, my 4th house. Now, I will say Scorpio, regardless of anybody's planetary placement, is about soft of eye and light of touch. Speak ye little, listen much. Not a very talkative sign. Doesn't necessarily share everything with everyone. But I will say, in terms of intuition, each chakra has its own type of intuition, and we have to kind of learn its language, and it's a highly individualized thing for each and every one of us. I would really pay attention to your 2nd chakra, because that area, right, 2nd chakra, is very Scorpio. And I know the sacral voice, the 2nd chakra voice. It grunts, it goes, and it answers yes or no questions, but you have to make sure you're not overriding it with your mind, right? So it's definitely visceral and physical, even though it is a feeling a bit more than an emotion. I like that. That's really good. So maybe you're not sharing all this joy you're having at work, perhaps for something going on, oh wow, in your career. Now you got 2 court cards here, and they are both earth signs. On the inside, you got Capricorn, Passoe, the white buffalo woman, the crone of Pentacles, which would be the King of Pentacles, cardinal earth, to your cardinal water there. Slow and steady wins the race, hard work. Capricorn ruled by the planet Saturn, the teacher, healthy boundaries, hopefully slow and steady wins the race. So if you are trying to manifest your highest potential, that is Capricorn's key word, if you will, words, highest potential, not just a higher potential, your highest potential, which we're usually terrified of because of what we're going to have to do to get there. But you also have the Queen of Pentacles here. Now again, with this astrological stuff in terms of zodiac, again, have a look at your chart. I have Taurus in my 10th house, which is the house of Capricorn. So again, if this is my read, I would really have a look-see-dooksy there. But we do know that Taurus, regardless of astrological placements, is about life values, right? Often long-term goods, right? Stable goods. Fertility is a big word there. Like home, like car, like family, the people, places, and things that you really value in your life. Now, this could very much be a wealth placement here, but getting there is going to probably take you a little bit longer than the magical child, right? Are you putting in the effort? Well, I would certainly say internally that would be the case. And when you have an earth element on the inner, it's not about your biological organs. It's about the wisdom that you have gained along the way through experience in the world, because knowledge plus experience equals wisdom. Knowledge itself is not necessarily wisdom, right? You can read all the spiritual books in the world, but until you put it into play, until you actually experience it, you just got knowledge. And knowledge is cheap. Wisdom is infinitely more valuable, and wow, you guys are really doing big on the court cards here. But here we've got the Aquarius card. Now I'm going to say element of air, fixed air, like the stratosphere, right? Those higher levels of the atmosphere don't really move that much like they do down here well, I guess I'm in the mountains. I'm no longer at sea level now that I'm living up in the mountains of Saratoga. The Crone of Blades, Aquarius, Ixchel, a South American goddess of shamanism, big time, also known as excuse me, throat chakra. Something's going on here. Jaguar woman, but this is her as Eagle woman. And she is flying with scissors. I guess you're not supposed to run with them, but flying with them is okay if you're a goddess. Seeing things from a higher place, right? Aquarians, as a rule, may not be all of them, depending on, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever, they just don't pull away. They pull up. Like, they want to see the larger picture. Freaks of the Zodiac, I love my aquariums, but definitely fixed air. So very, very focused in terms of vocation. So this could be about your spirituality, but more of an intellectual process. If I was going to give this chakras, I would say third eye and throat. Because with this Scorpio card here in your work, you may not be talking about it, but you might be thinking about it from a higher place. Like, what is my calling? What is my spirituality about? How does this all play in? And with the magical child, that's a beautiful thing, because you've got the Page of Pentacles here. Now, I don't automatically associate zodiacal signs with pages, because pages are messages as well as messengers. And of course, holding the Ace of Pentacles here, as the page does, this is an opportunity that is either coming to you or from you. Again, cross-watcher read. The cross-watcher could be giving you an opportunity here, but something that really makes you not pull away, but pull back and look from a higher place, right? Is this in alignment with my highest truth, this opportunity? But with that magical child, to see the sacred beauty in all things, that could be very, very helpful, right? So an innocence is sort of required here. So if you're skeptical AF, as I am a Virgo power, cross your legs. No, let's look at the stats before we do this, right? This is definitely a root chakra thing. You'll know in your root chakra whether to fight or flight, right? Flee or freeze, or stand your ground. And because the Ace of Pentacles, even though this is not the Ace of Pentacles, the page is holding that. It's a healthy seed, right? Like a healthy acorn. If you plant it and you let the oak tree grow, right? Oak tree? Yeah. It will shed thousands, if not millions, of acorns throughout its lifetime. So from one seed comes billions, right? If you plant it, right? You could crack it under your heel. You could feed it to a squirrel, or you could tend it into something much larger. Now, I will say, for the amount of earth cards you have here, this is probably more of a financial thing than a romantic thing. I mean, romance can show up in work, career, vocation reads too, but it's really going to take your innocence, right? Now, look, who of us feel innocent all the time? I don't. I do my best, but that's where my spiritual practice comes in, to remember that, there's only one of us here. We're all divine at our core. We're really lovely underneath it all, no doubt. You'll know that reference if you know that reference. So there is something very, very wise and very, very powerful here, but also with the amount of queens. By the way, the Crone of Blades, Aquarius, would be the Queen of Swords in Rider-Waite Tarot. So I think you've got a lot of fixed energy going on here, Scorpio and Taurus there, but and Aquarius, that's fixed air, but also that lovely earth element here that's giving you some support and some wisdom that you may already have or are gaining in your life purpose. That takes care of the chakras, 8 to root. Let's ask Lord Ganesha how to help remove some of this stuff. Please take a nice deep breath. This stuff in the way. Still point. Ganesha override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Lord Ganesha, one card in clarity, please. What is your wise, loving, empowered oracle message to assist the Cancerians and the Cross-Watchers to alchemize the magical child in their work, career, and vocation? Prosperity! Dinga, 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 dinga. There you go. Prosperity, definitely a root chakra looking card, but I'm going to read this one from the bookie book, as I like to call them. Card number, what is that, 45? Oh, the 5s and the 3s look a lot alike in this deck. It is 45. Let's have a look. Let's find out. A 1, a 2, a 3. 3. I'm just going to read a little bit of this. You have the ability to manifest prosperity in your daily life. We all do, but this is for you specifically. Ganesha asks that you work on integrating and accepting the spiritual truth that you create your own reality. Let's stick a pin in that. We do create our own reality, but it starts in the inside world, like how we choose to respond or react. Reaction is knee-jerk. It's usually the ego. Response is usually more considered and more loving, therefore, of the soul. Truly understanding this makes all the difference when it comes to prosperity. You are responsible for creating and generating your success, right? The higher power, whatever we call it, the gods, the angels, give us the raw materials, but being creative, cardinal in your case, this is your responsibility to do this. It is your divine right to do so. A job in and of itself does not bring you riches. Don't we know that? Abundance is more than a job or having money. It's an attitude. It's about living with appreciation and gratitude daily for all the blessings that are bestowed on your life. And that's why I do gratitude work every single day. Every reading I do, whether it's for a client or for YouTube, does not matter. I always do a prayer of gratitude, right? Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you for making this, in this case, the best YouTube reading that I've ever done, but not the best YouTube reading that I will ever do. Because prosperity, here, you want to go there? The Greek goddess Persephone, her Roman name is Proserpina, where we get the word prosperity from. So very much an earthy read here, which I think if you're really looking for the money, because, you know, we got bills to pay, we got mouths to feed, there ain't nothing in this world for free. So this is a great responsibility here. And interestingly enough, the challenge of any of the child archetypes is how to learn how to respond rather than react. Childlike rather than childish. We're all working on that. Okay, here we go. Last card down, Macon Healing Mantra, the voices of the Ascended Masters. Please take a nice deep breath. Still moment. Ascended Masters override. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, one card in clarity for the Cancerians and the Crosswatchers, the perfect and precise healing mantra to assist them in alchemizing the child archetype, removing obstacles with and for prosperity for this timeless work, career, vocation reading. Encountering conflict. I don't choose sides, I take a stand. Ooh, that's a good one. I get that one a lot, particularly these past few years on planet Earth. Now, encountering conflict, it can be conflict within, conflict with another person, conflict with the economy, right? It could be anything in a general read like this. So I am going to read this one. I have used this so many times, helping me deal with political conversations. I don't choose sides. I take a stand. When conflict is encountered, two opposing viewpoints wrestle for a dominant position. Oh, have you noticed that on planet Earth? Yeah, you have. Each hopes to achieve success by changing the other's viewpoint. If encountering conflict from a conscious standpoint, you may realize one of the greatest gifts you can offer is allowing others to be heard. It's called holding space, where you're not thinking about your retaliation to what it is that they're going to say, right? That's how you go. You stand for love. You take a stand for love. You're like, all right, I'm just going to listen. And if it triggers me, those are my triggers. I will deal with them sooner or later. But let me just hold space for this person without interjecting, without trying to correct them, and without trying to convince them of anything. Let them have their say. You may not agree with their argument, but you are embracing their needs simply by choosing to listen. When you listen instead of lash out, you are taking a stand for love. This is making the decision to anchor higher frequencies of light through the demonstration of your ethics, morals, and values, instead of matching the unconsciousness of others with equal amounts of aggression. There's a little bit left, but I want to say the Course in Miracles, of which I am a student of and teacher of A Course in Miracles for decades, would you rather be happy or right? Because even if you're right factually, pushing another person down because we are all one will not make you happy. You'll get a little bit of a buzz off of it, but it's just going to come around again, because this is a lesson we're all learning right now, particularly on planet Earth. So, this mantra is ideal for settling arguments, unraveling passive-aggressive behavior, which looks like this. Oh no, go right ahead. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this. I was raised in that environment. A little sassy, a little toxic. And releasing the tendency to blame, because when you blame, you put the energy outside of you where you can't do anything about it, and all you can do is play victim. Right? Rather than saying, no, I don't have to choose sides here. Not right in this moment. I know what I'm going to do or I don't. I will figure that out. But I can take a stand for love and anchor that into the Earth's electromagnetic field instead of all of this division and hatred and lead, essentially. So, all the cards are on the table. And though I have no idea what's going to happen the moment I hit the record button, though I do say a prayer, surrender it all to the divine, I really don't know what's going to come out of my mouth in this next part, which if you are new to my work is called a blessimation. I do this with clients as well. Combination of a blessing and summation. Let's see what comes out of my mouth. One last time, at least for this reading. I hope you'll do it again. And please take a nice deep breath, because, it's helpful. Oxygenation and all that. Still point. May we end as we began. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. May they be blessed with all that they need to alchemize the child, the magical child archetype, so they can see the potential for sacred beauty in all things and believe that everything is possible, which makes sense because there's a lot of emotion going on here, a lot of love, a lot of ecstasy, a lot of cups overflowing on the inner, but maybe keeping it to themselves or dealing with someone with that Scorpio energy. Scorpio, 8th house, money, sex, power, and other people's resources makes sense in work. Really listening to that second chakra intuition, because in their career, they have got the Capricorn card. They've got Passoe, the white buffalo woman, Capricorn, which would be the king of Pentacles, cardinal earth there. So there is work going on here. This is not easy. It is a challenge, but it's manifesting their highest potential inside of themselves. Talk about creating their reality with this Taurus energy, all about wealth and prosperity, but more importantly, life values, like their integrity, like being truthful, like being honest and taking a stand for love when encountering conflict to jump ahead, because in their vocation, they may have very much the opportunity to see this from a higher vibrational standpoint, right? To really come from the divinity within them rather than the ego, with another fixed sign there of Aquarius, Ixchel, the eagle woman, snipping away that which no longer serves, but from a higher viewpoint, as this Page of Pentacles comes to them or from them, really bringing them the opportunity to create something that may never have been done before, particularly with that Aquarian vibe. As they remove prosperity, as they remove the obstacles with and for prosperity, as they encounter conflict, because they don't have to choose sides when they can take a stand for love. And may they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting them from toxicity to health, from fear to love, and shifting them from a leaded timeline to a more golden timeline for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life, in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world for all of us, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So motivate. So it is. That was good. Really, I wouldn't even consider any of these of womp womp, I guess, unless you're dealing with people with these astrological vibes that might be bringing you some conflict, right? But you don't have to choose sides. You can take a stand and just silently bless them. That's what I do. Sooner or later, we will all evolve, right? Because there is no backward movement on the upward spiral. So, if you found this reading helpful, please hit the like button. Helps other people find the reading. Want more of me here on YouTube? Subscribe, because I'm not stopping. I'm not monetized on YouTube. So I do this to get my work out into the world without any dependency on numbers, because thinking of people as followers is thinking of people as things. And according to Terry Pratchett, my favorite author, God rest his soul, God has rest his soul too, evil begins when you start thinking of people as things. Yeah, what are you going to do about that? And that magical child does not need to do that if it does not want to. So, really a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful reading here. Just remember, take space for yourself. Prosperity is on the table here for you, but there's some work that needs to be done. So, if you want the deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, come Patreon on Patreon. We're doing such cool stuff there. In fact, one of my patrons not only made my new business cards, which are gorgeous, but is designing my website. Like, it's a lovely community we've started over there. The daily check-ins are one of my favorite things to do. I usually take Sundays off because, Saturday night. It's all right for fighting, though I don't fight. Oh, I don't want to fight. They get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s, as well as they get the extensive discount on booking me for a private session. We'll talk about that in a minute. You can shop in the store. You can follow for free. You can 7-day free trial. It's the best thing I've ever done in my work-career-vocation, and I will stick with that until something better happens. But so far, it's been pretty amazing. So click the link. Check it out. Go shop in the shop. Go have a look. Go watch them previews and listen to those audios. And come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Markangelo of Lions. But you can still just call me Mal. It's easy to remember. And if you want to book me for a private session, spiritual counseling, a reading, or what we call a half and half, I made a video last year when I was living in Holbrook, Long Island, before I had any idea I would be moving up to Saratoga Springs as quickly as I did. I mean, I knew I was going to eventually, but not as fast as it happened. And that video is called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. I have to make a new one, because now I'm doing readings at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs. You contact them directly. They tell you what days I have available. They tell me you book, I come in, I read you, and then I come home and I take care of the cats and clean the house. And do more videos like this. I also am taking clients here in my house, because I have an office downstairs. Been taking some clients here and there, but I gotta get to know them first, because I have 3 black cats. 3 black cats, right? So if they're allergic, that ain't gonna work unless they want to bring an EpiPen with them. I do not provide that sort of service. No, I get penetrated under protest. Just saying. And what else? Oh yeah, the majority of the work that I do in readings and spiritual counseling is on a Zoom call. So once the client is booked, we get that all set right before the session. I send them my Zoom link. They come into the Zoom. It's a conversation. We record the whole thing so they don't have to memorize or take notes. At the end of it, I send them a link so they can download it to their device. They tell me they downloaded it, and I delete it from the cloud, so they're the only ones who have access to that recording, and they can do whatever they want with it. The most important thing that I say in booking private sessions with Mal, and I will say it in the next one that I make called Booking Mal, I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances. Are you kidding me? I'm an artist. I've had plenty of people help me out when I did not have a dime to my name. So to pay it forward, I will never turn anybody away because of lack of money, right? Where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a very well-trained witch, so there is always a way. And even if we decide that they pay it forward to someone else down the line, as long as we're both in agreement, we always work it out. So I'm going to keep that video up, by the way, even when the new one is made, because it makes my mom laugh, and she is a Cancerian, and I'm the president of the company, and I get to make that decision. No one tells me what to do about that. So thank you so much for watching. I have to say, if you wanted prosperity, this is your read, but there's going to be some conflicts along the way. Not everybody is going to be on Team Cancerian or Team Crosswatcher, and that's okay, because everyone's learning, and as you move forward, we all move forward. So hang in there. I believe in you, and I love you. Hang in there. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.